Okay, today I'm going to talk about the two major types of life on Earth, and it's divided into two main domains, and those are prokaryote and eukaryote. Now, under prokaryotes, we're going to find organisms like bacteria and a blue-green algae called cyanobacteria. And under eukaryotes, we're going to find fungi, plants, protists, and animals, which include humans. Now, first I want to talk specifically about prokaryotic organisms because they are much simpler than eukaryotic organisms and will take a lot less time to talk about. So, eukaryotes have no membrane-bound organelles, which also means that they will have no nucleus because a nucleus is a membrane-bound organelle. Prokaryotes are going to have a cell membrane, which will then be covered by a cell wall. And inside the cell membrane, we're going to find the cytoplasm. And floating around in the cytoplasm, we will find a single circular molecule of DNA, which will be concentrated in a region of the prokaryote called the nucleoid region. Again, there's no nucleus that is found in prokaryotes. We also might find smaller rings of DNA in our prokaryotes, and those are called plasmids. Plasmids are much smaller than the main molecule of DNA in the nucleoid region, and they usually contain about one or two genes which usually aid in survival. Generally, it will give bacteria like an antibiotic resistance. Also, there will be a little whip-like tail coming off of the prokaryote called a flagella. And the flagella is used for locomotion, for moving around. It's similar in appearance to the flagella of a sperm cell, but it's made up quite differently. Now, at the cell wall is where we are going to find metabolism of nutrients, which is similar to how the mitochondria will metabolize nutrients inside a eukaryotic cell. So, to conclude, let's make a little table about the difference between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are going to have a cell wall, and in eukaryotes, we are going to find a cell wall only in fungi and plants. There's going to be no nucleus in prokaryotes, whereas eukaryotes will have a nucleus. And finally, prokaryotes will have no membrane-bound organelles, whereas eukaryotes will have many membrane-bound organelles. And in the next video, I'm going to highlight some of the membrane-bound organelles in eukaryotic cells and just talk about the different makeup of eukaryotic cells.